Hello, welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, let's take a look at every Premier League club's most annoying footballer of the last decade. And by the way, lads, this isn't an overview of the annoying things they've done at that respective club. For example, I can and will include someone like Jack Rodwell for Sheffield United, but not because of what he did at Bramall Lane, he's only been there 5 minutes, but what he's done throughout the decade at other clubs. And yes, I realise the irony of me talking about other annoying people. Don't need to bother pointing that out. Arsenal Hector Bellerin. Okay, I'm not actually too sure why Hector Bellerin is going to win this award, but hey, he must be a tad annoying for the way Arsenal fans talk about him. I mean, don't get me wrong, once you glance at his Instagram, you would assume this lad is a cross-dressing pianist, and it hasn't gone down too well with the lads who pay his wages. They've screamed in his face after defeats to Crystal Palace, and had the audacity to play the offended, wounded victim once he dared to defend himself with the Oxford Union. Personally, I don't find Bellerin annoying, but ask any Arsenal fan, and they'll tell you that his damn appearance is more nauseating than Mrs. Brown Boys. Aston Villa Jack Grealish. We all know the reason why, lads. I have voiced my disdain for Jack Grealish and his footballing decisions time and time again. Listen, he might be a great player. Yeah, he might be better than any Irish player living on the planet. But I'm sorry, I don't forgive you for swapping national allegiances. I just don't and never will. But I'm not going to bore you all to tears, so moving on. Bournemouth Lewis Grabban. Lewis Grabban for that beard alone. For Christ above, it just looks like you've just swept the remnants of a barber floor and stuck it to his face. He probably thinks that beard stands out as some sort of fashion icon, but in reality, he just makes him look like he needs help getting dressed in the morning. Brighton David Stockdale. This is probably a bit harsh to be fair, but David Stockdale's career decisions frustrate even me. This is a man who's been third choice his whole life, essentially being about as much use to his former employers as a squash tube of toothpaste. And finally, he gets promoted at Brighton, soaring into the Premier League as their #1 goalie, and then decides to reject a new contract, instead signing for Birmingham in the goddamn championship. I'm sorry, whoever was advising Stockdale on his career ambitions that summer should have their ears stapled to a f***ing oven. This was your chance to become a Premier League goalie. #1, it was a prospect you probably tossed yourself off to in the shower since you were 16 years of age. But no, you decide to go to Birmingham to sit on the championship bench instead. I just don't get it. Burnley Joey Barton. I mean, it's Joey Barton. Do I really need to provide any reasons why? It's Joey Barton. Chelsea Eden Hazard. Step forward, Eden Hazard. Now I know what you're thinking. How can you possibly hate this Belgian godchild? The man who plays with a smile on his face. The lad who kicks ball boys with relish. Well, with the way this man conducts himself when moving clubs, it is quite frankly sickening to the extreme. Every sentence he says in the press is a goddamn cliffhanger for next week. It's like his entire career was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Like, remember when he made up his mind to leave Lille? And instead of just announcing to the world his next destination, he made us all wait 6 months.
Spain is perhaps more my style of game, but if I move there, it must be to either Barcelona or Real Madrid. I want to play in England, that is what I've decided.
Yeah, considering both Manchester clubs, Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs were all in the hunt for your signature, doesn't really narrow it down, lad.
Maybe it is Tottenham, it is a great English club.
Maybe you might tell us the f***ing answer.
Chelsea are a great team with great players, of course it's a possibility.
See how annoying all this was?
Good afternoon guys, I made up my mind, see you later, thanks.
Then just tell us.
It will anyway be Manchester City, Manchester United or Chelsea. It's the blue that I'll be wearing next season, definitely blue.
Yeah, both Chelsea and Man City both wear blue, so it doesn't exactly narrow it down. Again, you're just toying with us now. Then he eventually signed for Chelsea, settled down for a few years, before hinting that he'd leave Chelsea over and over and over again.
Next summer it's a possibility I leave, but it's also possible that I spend the rest of my career at Chelsea. I've always liked Real Madrid, it's up to me to make the decision. Where's the pen? Hazard hints he will stay at Chelsea. Chelsea star Eden Hazard dropped huge hint about Real Madrid transfer. I've made my decision.
This all went on for a year and a half. Crystal Palace Wilfried Zaha. Look, don't get me wrong, Wilfried Zaha is a great player. I do enjoy watching him play, but Christ above, he also has an ego the size of Stamford Bridge. Like back in 2012, when the lad was a skinny 19-year-old kid halfway down the championship, just making his way in the game and yet was saying things like this.
Unless I'm looking at Ronaldo or Messi, I never look at someone else and think he's better than me.
Really? So you, Zaha, with no top flight experience, just 4 career goals to your name, and stuck in the same team as David Goodwillie and Peter f***ing Ramage, you'd still see yourself as then being better than Arjen Robben, Eden Hazard, I mean Christ above. Yeah, fast forward 6 or 7 years and he's still at Sellers Park, having been spat out of Manchester United like a used-soiled rag. And then he was signing a 5-year deal. Less than a year later, he was throwing his toys out the pram and demanding to quit the club. Clearly, long-term contracts mean nothing to this man. Let's hope he never gets married. The wife will be getting served with divorce papers after 6 months. And what's even more, after a summer of uncertainty, sulking and flirting with other clubs via his brother, effectively showing no respect to the men who pay his wages, he had the temerity to come out and criticize his own teammates.
As much as I do on the pitch, I can't play in every position. I give 100%, but there are 11 on the pitch and everyone needs to pull their weight.
If no past defenders decided to take a piss in his bottle of shampoo after that, then I'm a Chinese dinner lady. I bet it was James Tompkins, he seems like the type. Everton, Jordan Pickford. Oh, Jordan Pickford definitely deserves a nomination here. For his 5-year battle with Newcastle fans alone.
We're staying up, they're going down. We're staying up, they're going down. Jordan Pickford, May 2016.
Cue Newcastle then winning promotion, while his boyhood club bounced down 2 leagues. Then there was last season when he returned to St James's Park to gloat and goad with the Geordies as Everton went 2-0 up. Cue a series of mistakes, lack of concentration, and concession of 3 unanswered goals to somehow lose the game. Leicester, Leonardo Ulloa. During the 16-17 season, Ulloa was kicking up a fuss at Leicester, threatening to go on strike if he wasn't allowed to leave the club, claiming that he felt betrayed by Claudio Ranieri. Hold on a second, betrayed by Ranieri? Because of that, man, you somehow have a Premier League medal to show your grandkids, as opposed to nothing more than a journeyman CV embroiled in a series of relegation battles. Show a bit more respect to Ranieri and your club than that, yeah? Liverpool, Loris Karius. I'm gonna go for Loris Karius though. You'd think after chucking in the worst individual performance in the Champions League final known to mankind, single-handedly destroying the hopes of a city, you think you might, I don't know, lie low that summer? Maybe just don't draw any attention to yourself. Definitely don't post this on Instagram. Christ above, what a clampet. Man City, Yaya Toure. Listen, don't get me wrong, Yaya Toure was a thoroughly world-class player, but by Christ was he a wreckhead. This man is the epitome of a spoiled brat.
Yaya Toure considering leaving Manchester City because club failed to wish him happy birthday.
Are you actually serious? What is he, about 5 years old? The club line your bank account with £250,000 each bastard week, and yet you're threatening to quit the club because they didn't wish you a happy birthday. Do you think I get a happy birthday from anyone in the upper echelons of HITC Sport? I'd be lucky if my own mother remembered it. And even then, she just uses an opportunity to tell me that she wished she took the pill. Man United, Patrice Evra. Where do you start with Man United? I mean, Jesse Lingard is too easy. Honestly, calling him annoying is a bit like hinting that the first 5 seconds of a Morgs video would be enough to make you feel like pulling out your own spleen. It's obvious, alright? Everyone knows this. Instead, I'm just gonna go for Patrice Evra. What could be more obnoxious than chanting a boring catchphrase before cackling like a drugged up hyena? How about aiming a kung fu kick at the men who pay your wages? How about sucking on the toes of a dead uncooked chicken? I'd rather suck on the toes of my dead granny. There'd be less risk of salmonella. Newcastle, Jack Colback. Is it unfair to pick on Jack Colback? It seems a bit too easy. Look, I'm not gonna mention the fact that he looks like a piece of sweaty ginger fluff that might have found in Boris Johnson's belly button. I'm not even gonna mention his lack of footballing skills. Secretly, I'm quite impressed that this lad has managed to carve out a professional career in this sport. When he can't even manage a 5-yard pass, it's like Johnny Vegas carving out a career on TV, despite the fact he looks as though he smells like Bigfoot's armpit and clearly hasn't used a toothbrush since 1991. And why is Colback annoying? It's because of his complete lack of footballing talent, of course. The fact that his loyalties are more fluid than Sam Smith's gender. There's a man who claims to be a Newcastle fan, a local lad who would die for the club, and he has spent 15 years of his life in the arms of the enemy. And not only that, actually celebrated scoring in a 3-0 derby win for the Mackhams as if he just won the goddamn lottery. If he loves the club so much, why has he chosen to remain a £45,000 a week stain on the club? This is a lad who was once referred to as the Ginger Perlo. I'm sorry, but if the great Italian playmaker ever found himself being compared to Jack Colback, he'd probably have you executed at dawn. Sheffield United, Jack Rodwell. Yeah, I realise Jack Rodwell's only been in Sheffield United for 5 minutes, but hey, he still qualifies for this list. I would imagine Sunderland fans found it pretty annoying paying 10 million quid for a Premier League champion, only for him to go nearly 40 goddamn games without a win, spend most of their championship season in the treatment room, while leeching the club for £40,000 a week. All the while claiming that not only should he be nowhere near the championship relegation zone, but that he should actually be playing for England as well. I'm sorry, what? You just had your contract cancelled in League One. And yet, somehow you have these delusional fantasies that at the age of 28, you should still be representing your country at World Cups. What? Southampton, Jason Puncheon. There's quite a few reasons why Jason Puncheon rubbed me up the wrong way this decade. First, there was him running off to take a dump, not at half time, midway through the second half of a crucial match. Southampton are holding Chelsea 2-2 with Stamford Bridge. And then in the 70th minute, Puncheon just takes off down the tunnel to go to the toilet. Could he just not have done that at half time? Could he not hold it in 20 more minutes? What did he do at half time? Wolf down a chicken vindaloo with half a box of horse laxatives? Puncheon, if you're being paid £70,000 to kick around a piece of leather for a living, let the sticky lump of shreddies roll down your bastard leg. Anything, just stay on the pitch. It's the least you can do. Tottenham, Emmanuel Adebayor. I'm going for Emmanuel Adebayor purely for that god-awful celebration with Tim Sherwood. Every time I saw those two concocting it, I almost felt like chucking up my own dinner. Watford, Troy Deeney. I'm gonna go for Troy Deeney purely for the fact the man does not shut up, and just like me and my predictions, it's come back to haunt him many times. Like when he openly went on TV and criticised the entire fabric of Arsenal Football Club by claiming they lacked a pair of balls.
Whenever I play Arsenal, I'll go up and think, let me whack the first one and see who wants it. I came on today and jumped at Mertesacker. I didn't even have to jump actually. I nodded it down. For me as a player, I just think happy days.
Since then he's missed a crucial penalty against Arsenal and was sent off against them after 11 goddamn minutes. But glad it's not the first time his mouth has made him look like an utter gambit. And I'm not just saying because it makes him look like something out of Shark Tale. After the FA Cup semi-final, not only did he mock Wolves' Raúl Jiménez for whipping out a mask, he then starts talking about ending trophy droughts and going head to head in a battle with Vincent Kompany. Yeah, 6-0, Troy. 6-0. And good God, it could have been more. West Ham, Declan Rice. You all know the reason. You all know the reason why. Every single one of you. Too good for Ireland, is it? Yeah, we'll see about that, Declan. We'll see. Wolves, Jamie O'Hara. Jamie O'Hara is a man who stormed out of his own professional career, sticking it on hold, on pause, to go and spend a few weeks on Celebrity Big Brother. You'll forgive me if I then don't take anything he says or does seriously in life. The man clearly has the same career ambitions as one of those Love Island melts. Anyway, that's the end of the video, lads. Let me know, have I been unfair on these players? What would you say was the most annoying player who ended up at your club this decade? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.